Hey everyone, it's Andrew, the Traveling and Saving Chief, and it is time to do budget with me for the 1st to the 14th of July of 2024 for my paycheck budget, and in addition to that, stuffing my cash wallet for all of my daily expenses. So if you're interested in seeing how I do that, then stay tuned. All right, we're back. So we're going to start with $3,285. And I think I wrote a little bit smaller, so I'm sorry. I try to write this font bigger so you can see it and see the calculator. So we'll go ahead and get started. We will take the $3,285 and subtract the first expense, which is the Upstart loan. And that one is for $771. That is an auto deduction. And that leaves us with a balance of $2,514. Then we're going to subtract the $500 for daily expenses. And that is what we're going to stuff right after we finish this budget with me. And that leaves us with a balance of $2,014. After that, we are going to subtract $500 for savings challenges for the next 2 weeks. And this $500, I'm just leaving in the bank, and I'm going to use cash from my travel binder because I have some travel expenses that need to be reimbursed to my credit card. So that's how I'm going to do that, is just take the cash from the travel binder. I'll deduct it from those actually trackers, and then we will go from there. That leaves us with $1,514. Next up is life and car insurance, and that is $261, and that leaves us with $1,253. The next expense is my 100 envelope challenge. I do save $163 for my 100 envelope box, and that is per pay period. So this one, when it's complete, the $5,050 will go towards my number 6 debt for my Best Buy City card. So that is what that one's for. And when we subtract that, we get $1,090. The next expense is the storage unit in Colorado. These are for my belongings from the condo there when I was renting it out on Airbnb. And my daughter has some things in there as well. So she typically does send me this back. And then when she does, I put it on the whatever credit card or whatever needs to be given some attention at that point. So when we subtract $210 from $1,090, we get $880. Next expense is the Homeowners Association, the HOA, for the condo in Colorado. And it is $85 and $40, two separate expenses to equal $125. So $880 minus $125 is $755. The next expense is Macy's. Macy's is number 10 in our debt snowball, and that is $81. It is a 0% interest still. So the whole $81, the whole payment does go towards the principal balance. That leaves us with $674. All right, next is the water bill from the condo in Colorado. And it has, and I think you're hearing yelling and probably the floor, so I may have to edit some of this out. Sorry. So we take, oh, you know what? I'm not doing the change. We're going to do 632 minus 42. So 632 minus 42. Oh, sorry. Oops, let me do that correctly. 674 minus 42 for the water bill for the condo in Colorado leaves us with 632. Then we're going to take out a business expense. That's for $40, and that leaves us with $592. And the water bill has been holding steady at that same amount for like probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. So it's interesting that a water bill just has been the same exact amount for that long, which water typically goes by usage. And I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about it. Anyway, we will take $592 and then subtract this Amex payment. Oops, I don't know what I just did. 592 minus 40 equals 552. Then the balance of the Audi payment is $185. You haven't really seen me show this before, the balance of the Audi payment, but I think it's important that I start really writing every single thing down, because I've been using the rent money from the condo in Colorado to kind of plan that out differently. And I haven't always shown you that because I haven't been getting the rent money till about the 5th of the month, and I want to get the budget video out. So anyway, that's another whole story. So that leaves us with $367. Now, I left that there and I thought, okay, what do I want to do with the $367? So I decided that I wanted to make an extra $300 payment toward the USAA, which is the number 4 debt, which I actually transferred from the Disney Vacation Club loan, which was a higher interest rate than being put onto this USAA card. So anyway, I actually already made this payment, but this payment will not be reflected in the debt-free marathon update video from June's payments. I'll have that reflected in the July video. So anyway, I did already make this payment. That's why I have the check mark there. And it was for $300 extra. And that leaves us with a buffer here of $67. Now, the rent from, minus 367 left. Okay. The rent, when it does come in from the condo, I do make my rent payment to where I am staying now, the room that I rent out. So this is going to change in August. And those of you that have been listening to my videos, I told you that I did get base housing. I will be moving on to Andrews, Joint Base Andrews Air Force Base. I will be moving, I'll get the keys on August 7th. So then I have to figure out all that jazz and arrange the movers to bring my belongings. I probably have to get a storage unit because this place is kind of small and it doesn't have a garage. So there's some things that I'm just used to having that I won't have, but I won't have a commute anymore either. So I'm trying to look at like the positive things. I won't have a commute. So that will help tremendously with the time that I spend on the road and gas money. And I want to say the only utility that I have to pay is for my internet, because I don't get cable because I don't even really watch TV that often. I'm usually watching you guys on your YouTube videos. So, or Netflix or Hulu or something, Disney Plus. So anyway, this $22.60 that I get from rent, this July amount of $850, that leaves me with $1410. This will change because my rent will be $2200 on base. So this will kind of not even be in play anymore, where I've been using this to just tackle extra things. I won't have that extra luxury anymore when I do move on base. So there's that. But I will absolutely have my own kitchen and my own belongings. So I'm really excited still to do that. Okay, so that wraps up that part of the video. Let me move my happy planner out of the way and bring in my cash wallet so we can stuff our money. And also, actually, we'll start with this. Let's start with our 52 Friday. So let's put our $500. So this should be $500. If it's not, it's off by $1 or $2, but it's very close. So the $500, which I already separated it for what we need to put in here for the next 2 stuffings. So we need to be ready to stuff. And we're halfway done with this, you guys. We are halfway done with the 52 Friday challenge. I just stuffed week 26, which is the halfway mark. And that is $685 out of $1378 total. So actually, if we were to take $1378 and divide it by 2, some might say, well, why aren't you exactly like at the even mark? Because it should be $689 and we're only at $685. But I noticed, like, because some months have that extra Friday in it, it's just not going to work out exactly perfectly. So as long as at the end we have the total amount, we're good. So I'm at $685 saved. Super excited. And for this pay period, for the 2 Fridays that we have, we're going to stuff week 14 for $14, and then we're going to stuff week 39 for $89. So I have that money over here. And so I did, I'm sorry, not $89, week 39 for $39. My goodness. Okay. But I didn't put the dollar bills. I just put an extra $1. That's why I said we're not going to be, well, we should still be at 500 either way. So let's do that. We got 500 minus 20, 30, 35, and 40. So that will be for that stuffing. And then we've got the $14 for week 14. 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Minus 14 equals 446. So we should have 446 left in the cash bag. I'm going to put this away. I've been doing mostly shorts for that one while I stuff that 52-week challenge. Okay, so like I said, this should be 446. I did count it. Then I was distracted doing other things, so who knows? We'll just see what happens. All right, we got 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 360, 365, 75, 85, 95, 400, 510, 15, 25, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. So I got $3 somewhere that as I was moving money around, I don't know what I did, but whatever, it'll be fine. No big deal. All right, now let's actually we'll just subtract that 3. That's all we got left. Oh, let me just make sure we're in frame. Okay, we're good. All right, so what we're going to do is, you know what? Actually, no, I don't remember if I did that yet or not. Oh my gosh, you guys, I need to just stay focused and do one thing and not move around the house and then forget what I was doing. So what I had done is decided, let me grab it out. I decided that, well, first of all, I didn't remember that we finished June for our Dream a Little Dream challenge. So I thought I still owed June some money, but then when I pulled out the envelopes, it was in here. So I was pleasantly surprised about that. But then I decided for July, we're just going to go ahead and use 25 of the dollars. And we're just going to stuff it in there now. And that way we're already working towards our July savings for our Dream a Little Dream box. And I'm going to color in one of our little clouds. We've been doing really good with this, but I don't know if I'll have any extra, and I'll explain that in just a moment of why not. So let's subtract. So I should have 418 left. All right, just putting that to the side. All right, so for food, we are going to save $200 for food. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, oops, 200 for food. And this is my food, both takeout. I usually go to Aldi and get my groceries for what I'm going to eat for lunch at work. And then my coffees from 7-Eleven because it's super cheap and I get every 7th coffee free. If you don't know, I suggest you find out. And now I'm aware that there's not 7-Eleven everywhere. And when I was down south, there was not 7-Eleven. And I was so bummed. I'm like, but I'll have my own house, so then I can just make my own coffee again. So that'll be cool. All right, so that's 200. All right, then in fuel, we're going to put $100 in fuel. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. Now let me explain fuel. We need some extra fuel because I did get tickets to see, and I don't remember if I told you guys this or not. So if I already told you, I'm sorry. But I'm going to go see Justin Timberlake at the Hershey Park, what's it called? A stadium? Hershey Park Stadium in Pennsylvania. I have not been there before. The tickets were a generous donation from someone who donated to a veterans group that we get tickets from time to time. So I appreciate any donors that do that. And it's called VetTix. So that's where I got that from. And I'm going to go up there to Hershey Park and hopefully have an amazing time. And then the next day I plan to go to the park. So I did get a cheaper Airbnb because the hotels at Hershey Park were like between $300 and $400 for one night. And I'm not on that type of budget. So I had to find a cheaper place. It's going to be probably a 25-minute drive the next day to get back, but that's okay. I didn't want to try to spend that much money frivolously. Okay, we need nothing for beauty because I got my nails done while I was away in Florida. So I got my nails done and I don't need anything else right now for beauty. The rest is going to go into, I did gas and food. Yeah, the rest is going to go into spending. So that should be $118. And I'm really hoping that I don't spend this much, but we'll see. We had 20, 40, 65, 75, 85, 95, 110, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So we got $118 we're going to put into spending. I don't need anything in the household. Piper has what he needs for his food and his litter. So Piper is good to go for all of that. Let us go ahead and pull out all of the coins. And I haven't been as good about doing this on camera, but just so you know, like where the coins come for my penny challenge. They come from any of this extra that I save from getting change from purchases. That is where all this comes from. And then I put it into my penny challenge drawer. So it's either in that pouch or my cute little pouch that I keep in the car. This is from Chris at Budgeting Just Because. It's super cute. And just so you know, I do have Desi on my playlist. She needs watch hours, guys. So if you don't mind, run her playlist. This is I Desiree Wealth. I think you can see that. I'm trying to make sure the glare is not there. So she needs our help. Tanya from the Nightlife also still needs our help with watch hours. And I know there's several others, but those are the ones that I am watching right now. All right. We're going to put all that change in there. And my jar is from Supernatural Budgets. I'm going to put that back in the car. A cute little jar there. I did not do a penny challenge video in June. I just didn't have a lot of extra there. So I'm going to let that just continue to build up. And then I will do that maybe in July. We'll see. So I have $0 left for the cash stuffing for the month. Or excuse me, for the next 2 weeks. And I'm super excited to go to, oh, I didn't even say the Chris Brown part. So we go to see Chris Brown on the 3rd. So we got Chris Brown coming up this Wednesday night, and then Justin Timberlake on Thursday. So I do plan on perhaps sleeping in because we don't have to go to work on the 4th. But I'll probably sleep in from however late I stay out for the Chris Brown concert, and then get up and start heading towards Hershey, Pennsylvania. It looks like it's only about an hour-and-a-half drive just north of where I'm at in Maryland. So that looks pretty good. So this week is going to be a fun week of concert going, and I'll get to ride some rides at Hershey Park and, you know, see the fun things that it looks like they have there. Like I said, I've never been there, but I did go online and kind of like look and see what type of activities they had. And I was actually pleasantly surprised at how many roller coasters they seem to have. So more to follow on that. So that is the Budget With Me video for the 1st to the 14th of July of 2024. I thank you for being here with me, and I will talk to you again in the next one.